A tiny little creature was barely clinging to life, struggling on the ground. Hearing its faint, desperate cries, a woman nearby was immediately drawn to it. Without hesitation, she gently picked it up. But what exactly was this strange little thing? She placed it under a bright light and examined it closely, but still couldn't figure out what it was. The poor thing seemed weak and hungry, so she carefully fed it and made sure it was taken care of. Even though its eyes weren't open yet, it could feel the warmth and kindness of a human and slowly drifted into a peaceful sleep. At first, a woman jokingly wondered, is this some kind of baby pig? It eats and sleeps so much. She even laughed at the thought that maybe one day it could grow big enough to cook, but that silly guess didn't last long. After taking care of it for more than 2 weeks, the tiny creature was still barely the size of her finger. It didn't seem to grow at all, except for one small tooth that finally appeared. Holding it in her palm, its fragile and adorable look made it impossible not to fall in love with it. As time passed, the little creature developed its own habits. Every morning, it would wash its face before eating, but its table manners, not great. In its mind, if something fit in its mouth, it was food. No matter what the woman gave it, vegetables, random scraps, it would gobble everything down like a champ. Sometimes after eating too much, it would sit in its little enclosure and gulp down water non-stop. But despite its appetite, it was actually very timid. One gentle touch could freeze it in place, like a statue. Anyone seeing it might think it was a toy. The woman even bought it a small yellow toy, but it got so scared that it hid behind the couch and refused to come out. Eventually, it peeked out from behind a door, quietly observing everything. Funny thing is, sometimes it acted brave, like when it dared to steal food from 2 cats. Other times, it was sneaky, surprising the man of the house when he wasn't paying attention. And when it played, its quirky personality made it even more lovable. One day, as if it sensed the woman was about to leave, it clung to her, almost begging her not to go. She couldn't resist. She dressed it up like a little princess, placed it gently in a carrier, and took it along on a trip. Before she even realized it, this tiny creature had become an important part of her life. And honestly, who wouldn't want such a playful and adorable little companion at home? In the end, it just reminds us, every small life deserves kindness and love.